Thank you and good morning, everyone, for attending and standing by for the Ynvisible Financial Update webinar that is being recorded today, April 28th, 2021. And it will be available to watch afterwards on Ynvisible's social media channels. And I would suggest also follow us for news and updates on our channels. I will put the links in the chat. And Michael, over to you.
Can you hear me now? That's the normal refrain, right? Hey, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Our first webinar of the year, specifically focused on our results. Ynvisible, you know Ynvisible as easy visual indicators for the Internet of Things, but I hope to introduce you to Ynvisible 2.0, and that's I'm joined here by Yanni Michael Cusisto. In January, I took over for Yanni, very large shoes to fill, to support our immediate growth targets, and Yanni graciously was able to stay on, and he took on the role of fulfilling that 2025 vision. So I'm really happy to share the stage with Yanni today. And we're just going to kind of have a little bit of a dialogue with, and then open it up for Q&A. So without further ado, I'm gonna dive right in. These are our forward-looking statements. Take a moment, please, to familiarize yourself with them. All right, so we're going to dive right in. You know, one of the things that I love about Ynvisible is that it's actually kind of the opposite of its name. It's actually, we make things really visible. We basically help bring data and information that's trapped in everyday objects to life. And my background coming from design and innovation and operations, my experience is really in bringing ideas to life to market. And I think Ynvisible has and will always have this core strength, this ability to visualize ideas, especially in spaces like Internet of Things, IoT, or printed electronics, where very often you don't see the end solutions. We talk about the technology, but that's that end solution that's really critical. So I like to kind of begin our session just a little bit with more of our solutions, so that you can see how we bring ideas to life. For instance, in in-store signage, item level digital labels. These are labels that can be on clothing, on products, in retail spaces, that can update themselves through RFID communication. And what Ynvisible really does here is enables that thin, flexible, label-like integration for the retail space. You know, scale is really critical, and labels, delivering labels in a printed form, really does that for these spaces that may be a little bit more price sensitive or need that volume, have that volume application. Dynamic QRs and authenticity is something that's really unique and emerging in terms of our technology. Our technology is a segmented display technology, so it can really help do new things, not only with the display, but also when you begin to embed NFC technology within that interface, that interaction, you can drive experiences on the consumer side that are value adding. So being able to deliver dynamic QRs allow brand owners to really pinpoint and engage users, product users and consumers in new and unique ways. And again, leveraging our capability to make displays in scale that can be integrated into labels for packaging applications and, in this case, promotion. So again, what I love about Ynvisible is our mission. Our mission is to bring everyday objects and surfaces to life, benefiting people in a smart and connected world. And we do that in a really unique way. What we've realized is that there are sensors all around us every day. They're in our phones, they're in our TVs, they're in our fridges. And really easy access to that data helps people make decisions, critical decisions. They can be decisions about the spaces that people are in, the health and safety of the spaces people are in, critical decisions around supply chain, specifically cold chain logistics, ensuring that products make their way safely to the end users. And then also that products are undamaged. Excuse me, that was my phone. And as I apologize, let me turn that off just right now. There we go. I apologize. And to ensure that people get those products to the end use safely. And the last is ensuring people have real meaningful moments and are able to share those moments that are important. For instance, with pregnancy tests, or even with games and within play. So being able to enable smart play with family members and friends. So, you know, in terms of solutions, this is what Ynvisible brings to life. We really make the Internet of Things visual and scalable in terms of packaging products, devices, and surfaces. So I kind of want to pause here just for a moment. Yanni, are you still with me?
Yes, I'm here, Michael. And I see that you have I hear you have a lot of action on the streets.
A lot of action on the street over here. Fortunately, they're not after me. But Yanni, you've seen the IoT space, printed electronics, electrochromics. You've really seen this space evolve from your experience on the customer side through VTT and beyond. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about where you've seen this technology evolve, where you see it now, and where you see the future in terms of Ynvisible?
Well, obviously, in terms of the Internet of Things, we're in a very advanced state now as an industry. There was a lot of hype surrounding IoT a few years back, but now there's been a lot of silence around IoT. And part of the reason for that is that it is becoming very real. These internet-connected devices are everywhere. And the question then is, how do we fit into this picture is exactly what Michael was saying earlier, is that this intelligence, these sensors, these ability for smart devices and smart environments to connect to the internet and communicate machine to machine is there. But then how do we as human beings retrieve that data? How do we interact with it? And so far, we're used to using our mobile devices for that purpose. But when there's more and more of those devices out there, it begs the question, is this the best interface for us to be, as humans, to be receiving that information? Does everything have to be in a form of an app that I have to get this device from my pocket? Or could it be there directly on the Internet of Things connected device? So in sum, we are seeing more and more internet connected devices out there. One of the key problems there is how to power them. And if you are having already challenges in powering them, you're not going to use an old-fashioned power-hungry display to show something to the user, to human. And this is exactly where we fit in, and we're very, very optimistic that now is the time Now is the market pull from Internet of Things devices for our very low power consuming displays.
Thanks, Yanni. That's exactly it. And the capabilities that our displays open up, right? When you start thinking about, wow, we're surrounded by products that we could use, that both have intelligence in them, but also can help drive better user experiences. For instance, temperature labels being able to not only help customers in cold chain and logistics, but also be able to support product interactions in store. One key client case that we're working with is Innocensia. It's not a temperature label, but we're working with Innocensia to deliver very clear visual indication of the health or the shelf life of high value products, high value proteins. Not only that, but very recently, last month, we released one of our first products for pre-sale, our temperature indicating label called TempSafe with Spot C. So that was a great opportunity to get that product into the world, and I think we're seeing great success in our in engagement with customers looking at that product for implementation. In terms of sanitary, this is really looking at that adult and baby category. You know, one of the insights that we happened upon with one of our customers is that it's not only is it about a potential for cost savings in the space of adult care. We're caring for our older adults and being able to optimize the time of a health worker to ensure that that our older adults are well taken care of and not neglected, but optimizing their time in order to do that. So our displays, when they're integrated into those types of solutions, can give ready visual indication to healthcare workers. But also looking at opportunities to create whole new products and solutions, ecosystem solutions around baby care as well. So our displays being so low power, they can actually help open up opportunities for baby diaper indications, but also thinking about wound care and the exudates from wounds, being able to indicate when those bandages need to be changed. That's definitely a space that we're interested in and we're pursuing. In terms of medical technology, as we engage the medical technology space, that's actually kind of spread across both self-care devices, so at-home devices like thermometers, pregnancy tests, blood pressure cuffs, the things that people need to stay healthy and safe, but also when we talk about disposable med, and I hate to use that term disposable med because it's a bit of an oxymoron. What we're looking at is the opportunity to add value to that medical and medication space. So what types of solutions can help remind us to take our medication? You know, adherence is a large part of therapeutic outcomes for medical patients. So governments are looking at this, companies are looking at this, and obviously as users and people, this is important for us as well. In terms of smart play, this is something that I'm really passionate about as well. And I may have mentioned this a little bit earlier, but that ability to share excellent times with our friends, our family. But this, from a technology standpoint, this allows us to explore high value opportunities with our customers, with our clients. that also push the boundaries of our technology. So what Smart Play allows us to do is really unlock those opportunities, not only for that immediate play and share and that next level of play, but also unlock opportunities for our technology to push our technologies further into fields that are more integrated, that we hadn't seen before. In terms of our growth strategy, and I think 2020 really speaks to the power of our growth strategy in practice. In 2020, we committed to our sales and marketing expansion by, in late 2019, bringing on a sales team with Tommy Hugland, our now global VP of Sales and Marketing. And in early 2020, acquiring RDOT's business and customers, and being able to turn on that sales capability with 2 members of the RDOT team. RDOT was a small startup. It's still in Sweden, and they turned to us for our contract, our manufacturing capabilities. And we saw a great opportunity to align our capabilities and our customers. And the RDOT team that came on board really bought on excellence in approaching customers from an online standpoint, with direct to customer marketing, and a new website. And I think if anyone has the opportunity to visit our website, please do. They're doing an excellent job. This helps us communicate clearly to our customers. It also helps our key customers, for instance, engineers, also access the information that's critical for them to make a decision. So that's really a testament to our sales and marketing expansion, and we're pushing that even further in 2021. So I look forward to sharing more news with our shareholders and customers. In terms of technology out-licensing, we're really looking at the opportunity to engage and distribute the printed electrochromic technology. In a lot of ways, we want to make the market here. We're practicing a technology that is hundreds of years old, but practicing it in a very new way in terms of our know-how and ability to turn organic materials and films into functional electronics. So the capability to share this technology and know-how with partners like print houses who already have some of the printing equipment available is key to distributing this technology. And we're really looking forward to that as a growing part of our engagement and making the market. Key pillars of our growth in the medium term are securing strategic investment. So in order to really grow and distribute our technology, we're also looking at partnering with key strategic investors. These strategic investors may already have scaled and complementary manufacturing and product portfolios, as well as overlapping customer categories. These strategic partnerships can help us take the technologies and solutions to the next level with our customers, effectively being able to further scale the technologies, reduce costs, and distribute the solutions more broadly. The next is being able to engage shareholders where our customers and our growth resides. And we're really looking at the opportunity to grow into the United States and North America. That's really where our customers are. That's really where we're engaging significantly. We have a global portfolio of customers. But as we know, the United States is one of the strongest economies on the planet, if not the leading. So we really want to be where our customers are and where growth is. The last is being able to bring the printed electronics and Internet of Things industry together. As Yanni's joining me, we're seeing the opportunity to not only plan for the immediate 2023 success, but also for our growth in 2025 and beyond. And that's really about bringing not only display solutions to connecting with other printed electronics and circuitry solutions, memory and intelligence solutions like chips and semiconductors, as well as energy solutions that can be scaled. And I'm really happy also to share, if you haven't been able to see a webinar that we conducted last month earlier this month with our partners Epishine and Evonik, that was really around connecting Epishine's technology in light harvesting printed solar cells with Evonik's printed battery solution to power an in-store display solution for retail, self-power an in-store display solution for retail that was capped with the Ynvisible display technology. And that's the beauty of our technology. It can be powered by these printed energy solutions. So really that opportunity to embrace our partners and to find those value-added solutions is really where we see our growth into 2025. Yanni, I'm going to press pause here. Is there anything that you wanted to add before I go into the fine detail?
No, I think, Michael, you covered the basis very well. I just want to highlight that since going public January 2018, we've built the capacity to deliver on our promises of getting the electrochromic displays out there. So we have that full capability now. And really, Michael coming on and focusing on some of these key sectors and the more immediate market possibilities is where the team is now focused. And we see a lot more in the pipeline. Maybe I'll say a few words about that a bit later.
Thanks, Johnny. All right, I'm going to dive into a little bit of detail, and then we're going to open it up. I'm going to dive into some detail. Yanni is going to provide some detail here, and then we're going to open it up for Q&A. So thank you for sticking with us. So just to illustrate the problem a little bit more, there are about 20 billion RFID tags that have been placed in the market over the past 20 years, right? So again, we're talking about these sensors, these printed electronic systems that have already been deployed into the market, not to mention the infrastructure that helps to support them. There are about 1 trillion sensors that is being estimated by 2025. If you've seen some of the latest news from Apple, you know, even deploying small integrated sensing solutions that help you find your keys, that just adds to the number of sensors that are out there in the world. You know,
Michael, sorry for jumping in. Did you change the slide? We're still seeing the old slide.
Oh, sorry about that. Boom. I apologize. You know, wonders of technology again. Thank you. But again, that 20 billion RFID tags, 1 trillion sensors. And in our interfaces with our customers, we're seeing the opportunity to also take costs out of the products that they already have, those total costs of ownership, really driven by incumbent technologies like LCDs. You know, we're able to deliver a thin, flexible, ultra low power solution that means that our customers can effectively use 1/10 of the power, orders of magnitude less materials, right, to build around those products. And that has a knock-on impact all the way down the value chain, from the materials that they use, the folding cartons that they put those products in, the shipping, the pallets, the containers that those products get shipped in. So really, again, we believe intelligence is everywhere, and we're actively looking with our customers for ways to unlock its value. To dive into really what that market size looks like, that market size is about a 37 billion total addressable market opportunity from our partners in IDTechX. And when we take a click a little bit deeper and we look for analogies, well, what are the things that are really, what are the objects, what are the products that are really driving that? Well, we can look to, for instance, the pharmaceutical and healthcare sector, especially for the Internet of Things and labels. So looking at untapped markets in terms of units, Avery Dennison has already identified up to 10 billion units are untapped in that, just that segment. In terms of our addressable market, we really believe we have about a $93 million serviceable market. That's not including our existing contract printing for the energy storage sector. And if you're familiar with the energy storage sector, we're converting materials that are used in batteries. In our Ling chopping facility, it's located in one of the centers of excellence around this emerging sector. This is what the solution looks like. It's thin, flexible, printed. Label-like integration allows us to basically combine our displays in line with other printed electronics, logic systems, power sources, and then integrate that into packaging solutions, as you see here. And in relationship to the competitors, we're able to deliver cost savings, energy savings across the life of products. And this is a testament to that from one of our customers, PickleTech. PickleTech is a company that is delivering sports solutions, connected sports solutions. We were able to deliver a scoreboard that was effectively the size, one digit is the size of an A4 size sheet. So that's somewhere between an 8.5 and 11 by 11 by 17. And what that was able to do is drive two critical aspects for them. One, they were able to deliver a larger scoreboard, and also they were able to deliver cost savings. So this is really where we see, again, this is coming to life for our customers. This is our real value proposition coming to life for our customers. In terms of where we are, and Yanni, you spoke to this, our commitments for global growth, that has been in growing our sales and field sales and distribution presence, and our customers. As you can see here, our customers are spread across categories. The United States, again, is a key vector for our growth. Just for illustration and context purposes here, Ynvisible Interactive is located in 4 locations. Our corporate headquarters are in Vancouver, Canada, but our functional development team, research team, and production and sales are located here in Europe. Respectively, our research team is located in Germany, in Freiburg, which is a center of excellence for the chemistry industry. Lisbon, Portugal is our development headquarters and customer success. This is where we have our sheet-to-sheet capabilities, the ability to make one sheet of displays at a time. And Ling chopping Sweden is where our global sales team and our scale production capability is. This is our roll-to-roll capability, our ability to convert rolls of printed electronics. So I'm holding a roll of our displays. And that's how our displays are converted. Sorry for the AR background fuzziness, but you can see more on our website. In terms of our revenue mix, we really see our revenue mix evolving. Right now, we're looking at about 48% of our revenue comes from contract manufacturing. And what that does, again, it allows us to engage with the growing energy sector. This is very specialized printing for that sector. So the know-how to manage the materials and the quality are very, very important. And what we're able to do in Linköping, Sweden with the production team and the line that we have. In terms of our other revenues, this is really growing across categories as a function of our developments with customers. So, to bring a product into the market, right, we're one component of that product. And it's really critical for us upfront to develop not only the display solution, but also how that display solution gets integrated into the finished product. So that's where you're seeing our revenues really coming from, is that critical upfront development. And that's going to continue as we have more and more customers in our pipeline. In 2023, our target is really to be in repeated revenue, specifically with scaled manufacture of our displays. We really see one of our growth vectors is potentially in that health and medical space at about 37%. But these are our targets. This is what we're aiming for. We're really looking at getting there with the customers in our pipeline and growing our customers with our go-to-market strategy. The reported income from 2020 has shown solid growth quarter over quarter. And this is really what we're looking for. This is what we're looking to repeat ongoing. This is a signal of our success building that pipeline with customers that can lead to recurring revenues through scaled production. Again, that scaled production of displays. In terms of our financial developments and kind of a view to our EBITDA in 2023, our existing milestones, our current milestones are really spread over kind of three main developments. First is launch. That's really building that foundation for success. And Yanni and the team before I joined have really done that, kept that promise of building that capacity at Ynvisible. And that capacity is in roll-to-roll manufacturing through the acquisition of Consensum Production, that is Linköping, Sweden, as well as that customer acquisition and sales team, building the sales team with our work with RDOT. Bringing RDOT on board. So really that's about preparing ourselves for launch. The next phase, and the phase that I'm here to help drive, is really that growth and EBITDA break even. So as we look at 2023, we're looking at a significant amount of sales that are coming from that recurring revenue, as well as continued high value developments from our customers. Again, our cost of sales and personnel being critical to delivering that value. There's a lot of value in that interaction. And that interaction really fuels our expansion. It really brings us to that expansion and where we're breaking through with higher revenues, able to affect also higher profitability and higher scale through our strategic partnerships. In terms of that short-term focus again, sales and marketing growth, we are focused on driving that growth. Technology outlicensing will continue to become a part of our revenue cycle and expanding the reach of our technology. Strategic investment and uplisting will be important parts of our growth strategy in 2022 and 2023 to 2025, and production capacity expansion. That really allowing that expansion, enabling that expansion for higher margins, profitability, and continued market growth. This is our expanded vision, and I'm going to really turn it over to Yanni Michael Kusisto, who in January became our lead for Ynvisible Ventures. Yanni?
Yes, thank you, Michael. So just to say a few words about looking ahead towards the future. The company is now very much focused on delivering results. 2023, that's what Michael is driving now. Michael brings to the company that marketing prowess. He comes from L'Oreal. He knows the client space. He understands the client mindset. And you'll definitely see a lot happening in sales and marketing. And it is driving current technical capabilities. So things that we are able to deliver now to the markets in scale. However, we do see needs for us to improve our technology going into the future, to be increasingly competitive and open more and more blue ocean, blue skies for electrochromics. I saw that in the Q&A there was a question surrounding colors. Yes, currently the inks themselves are blue, although with our engineering and design capabilities, we are able to combine it with different colors. But on a molecular level, to bring new colors, we have collaborations to bring the new colors into market within the next 2-3 years. But these are things that require time to build when we're enhancing the technology. And I have to take my hat off and humbly bow to the European Union for funding the Horizon 2020 initiative. Has brought great collaborations to us. Through those projects, we've been able to network with global leaders in the field of printed electronics. And that's what you see, these multiple logos on the left right there. That's where the basic research is taking place. And it is our job at Ynvisible to bring that capability as it matures into our offering, not only in the display element, but at the product level as well. So we have managed, thanks to this EU funding, we have managed to connect with these global leaders in their little niches. And I think collectively, when we join our forces with our technical capabilities, we can offer truly wonderful things. But otherwise as well, Michael said in the executive summary that we foresee that this field will also undergo through some consolidation. Part of the reason for that is that there are many smaller players in the field. They are reaching a level where the technologies and the products are ready for commercialization. But for whatever reasons, they may not have the financial resources to take them to market. So we see Ynvisible being active in bringing some of these players together for a stronger future offering. These are not things necessarily that we aim to do immediately. The focus is really to get our current capability into the market, given the market pull. But we're not just relying that this will see us through into the future many years. We know we have to improve, and we see that by being an active partner in this consolidation of the industry can bring us opportunities. So this is something that really Michael alluded to. We're talking about a 2025 vision. We need to carefully assess what is happening in the market, and I expect really great things now that we have this venturing mindset as well. But rest assured, all of you investors there, we are very much focused now on becoming a profitable business in the next few years. This activity will just expand the markets, but hopefully will not disturb. So we need to be careful in how we navigate this space. But that market is happening, and new functionality to the displays, but also how these are melded into our everyday lives. The reason our name Ynvisible was we want to make the technology so widely spread and so widely used that you won't even think of it as technology. It's become invisible to you because it's everywhere. And that's what we're working towards in the long run. But it's great to have our first products and great to have that sales and marketing drive now to bring those into the products of today. Michael.
Thanks, Yanni. And just to build on that, if I can, I think, coming on board, I think the other thing that excited me about Ynvisible is you've got a great ecosystem. We've got a great ecosystem, an excellent ecosystem. These are partners from Identiv to VTT to Pragmatic, Evonik, Rise, Sweden. These are fundamental partners that, we rely on every day and rely on us to bring these ideas forward into solutions with and for our customers. And I think without that foundation, we wouldn't be able to dream of 2025, right? And so what we're able to do now is really turn that foundation on, turn our capabilities on to engage customers in developments, in research, development, piloting, and manufacturing. And that really sets the stage for that future. And so how does it set the stage for the future? Well, because those early stage solutions, right, that may be version 1 of a technology solution, especially as adjacent technologies are evolving, like 5G, for instance, right? So as technologies evolve, so does our capacity and our range for solutions. It should evolve as well. And I'm really, proud to also share that we're connecting with contract manufacturers like Almax, our contract manufacturer based in Washington State, who also has manufacturing in China, in order to bring solutions together for our customers. This kind of helps pull those ideas through and provide the customers the assurance that they need to get products made and integrated. So I'm really excited about 2025. While my mandate is quite focused on 2023, this is how we work in partnership in tandem, is ensuring building off of that solid foundation while providing a view into the future.
Yeah, let me jump in, Michael, very briefly, just so we cover everything on this slide. The contract manufacturing for the energy sector, just a few words about that. Our facilities in Linköping, Sweden, we have big roll-to-roll machinery, and as we're not yet using it for only our display manufacturing, the capacity is only increasing. We have extra capacity there, and we have skills and know-how in the team on how to print other electronic devices and components. And really, this energy sector now is a hot sector. Why it's also very interesting for us to provide a service to these players is that obviously our displays require a tiny bit of current in them, and we see a lot of market sense in combining the capability to print the powering in combination with the visual chains that the humans see. The sensors, as said, they're pretty much already out there, but the displays and the powering, how to do it more autonomously, more cost effectively, requires these solutions. And this, again, alluding back to the recent webinar we had together with Ebonic, who is developing the chemistries for rechargeable batteries, and then Epishine, who is developing these printable solar cells. It just sounds like a nice combination. You harvest the energy from the light, recharge it into a battery, and then you change the display very low power when the change is needed. All brought together nicely and combined with a sensor that also requires a little bit of power. So these are highly complementing, and they bring us nice revenue.
Yeah, and these are the technologies that our customers are asking for, to be untethered from normal power sources, being able to unplug, right, from the wall sockets and be agile.
I just wanted to jump in. I put in the chat for everyone that's listening the link to actually the last webinar that you were talking about. So if you want to have some time, just click on that. I've also put the website up there. So if you want to, go to the chat function at the bottom, and you can see the links to the specific things that Michael and Yanni have been talking about.
Thank you, Alicia. I'm going to just give a quick snapshot of that immediate capacity. So our immediate capacity is really, again, based on that roll-to-roll production, as Yanni mentioned. What you're seeing here actually on the bottom part of the screen, there is our sheet-to-sheet line that's located in Charneca, Portugal. That's actually where I'm located right now. And then on the right side, you're seeing our roll-to-roll line. This is what's based in Linköping, Sweden. Again, we're an integrated manufacturer. What that means is we can go from research to finished display. That's really unique in this industry, and we have the know-how that is really unique to deliver, again, organic materials and films into functional electronics. In terms of our timeline, just a snapshot of our history again. 2018, we went IPO. We are listed on the TSXV. In the US, we're listed on the OTC market. And in Europe, we're listed in Frankfurt, on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. That was really our opportunity to build that sheet-to-sheet production capacity that we have now, that was foundational for our beginnings. In 2019, we brought on that roll-to-roll production capacity and that EU sales team. In 2020, we acquired the RDOT display business. And in 2021, we're really looking forward to expanding that American sales presence. Right now, our roll-to-roll capacity in Linköping is around 4.2 million Canadian. This is single shift capacity. As Yanni said, we have capacity, and we're using that critically and strategically to work with our partners in the energy sector. We can go from 50 units to 10 million units. That's really the range and what the value that we bring to our customers through the developments, through pilot, all the way to production. Sorry about that. And then most importantly, we've got an amazing team, and we would be nowhere without this team. This team has over 65 years of experience across industries. Our VP of Sales, Global Sales and Marketing, Tommy Hoogland, came from Rise University. This, again, the center of excellence for electrochromic technologies and printed electronics. Carlos Pinheiro was one of our founding members. As our CTO, he supports our team in Germany. Again, another Center of Excellence in Chemistry and Manufacturing. Yanni Michael Kuzisto, coming from VTT, another Center of Excellence in Finland. And Patricia Concenciao. She is our Global Finance Controller, really bringing that experience from outside of the industry, from the products space, coming from Staples, and most recently from Colt in the electronics and telecommunications space. So really wanted to share with you, this is the management team. This is the team that really helps drive our success moving forward. And of course, our partners. We can't say enough about our partnerships. These partnerships are crucial, critical to our success and the success of the industry. Last, our board ownership. These are really the people that support us from a wide-ranging capacity of experience. From our board, chairman of our board, Ramin Haidarpour, who came on this year as the chairman of our board, who last year was in our advisory committee. Our advisory committee and our board are made up of diverse backgrounds that give us an immense amount of perspective, all the way from manufacturing through to the consumer space, finance, accounting, operations, and design. This is what makes Ynvisible special, is that ability to bring not only transversal thinking to the table, but also being able to turn that thinking into physical, functional electronics and solutions for our customers. Thank you for allowing me to share a bit more about Ynvisible in retrospective view on 2020 and our outlook moving forward. I'm happy to help answer any questions. I see there's one in the Q&A from Antonio Piero. Can someone deal with who the competition is and the size of the moat to do what you are doing so well? So Yanni, I'm gonna just say just a nugget here, just off of my last comment, and I'm gonna actually turn this over to you because I think you've got a great perspective on this. To do what we do so well, again, is grounded in our expertise and know-how of our team. Our team comes from a background of material science, chemistry, and again, centers of excellence for and within this industry. And as we go out from there, we also have excellent partnerships in the ecosystem around sensing, energy, printed electronics, conversion, and early stage research. So even being able to have access to and interface with early stage researchers is also what's important to our success. Yanni, maybe I'll turn it over to you for a little bit more color on that.
Sure. How do we define competition today? There are two ways of defining competition. One is we deal with electrochromic technology. Michael said early on in this talk that some of the inventions in electrochromics are tens of years, if not 100 years old. What we're doing in that space is we're really taking these materials into printable form. There are not many players yet in this field, and we are partnering with the leaders. We are a leader, and we're partnering with the foremost researchers in universities and applied research institutes. In June last year, we announced in-licensing technology from RISE. It's a leading applied research institute that has really been developing this printing of electrochromics since the 90s. We're working very close with them, being locally there also in Sweden. We have a very strong head start in printable electrochromic displays, and exactly that capability that Michael alluded to. It's not just a display component, but because it's so disruptive in how low power it is, in how you can design with it, that ecosystem that we've built through the years is very helpful in bringing out everything from that display and making it ubiquitous, bringing it everywhere. That's our leadership. We have very little competition to date, but rest assured, competition is emerging. We have a strong head start. But in the eyes of our customers, they don't know what this technology is yet. There are the first adopters, and more people are learning about us, are working with our technology. We see that in the number of orders for our display kits, in the prototyping projects. Those numbers are systematically going up. That is what our sales team and Michael are now doing, driving awareness. But most electronics engineers, most product managers, brand managers, when they start thinking of an IoT product and they are thinking, I want a display, they're still thinking of the older, more conventional LCD electrophoretic displays. And that's our competition. And there we're looking at head-to-head in terms of performance. And to be honest, we're not always the best choice for the existing infrastructure and for the higher, if you have a lot of power capacity there, if you can use rigid electronics, we might not be the best. But if you really want a high volume, scalable, more sustainable display technology that can be brought into practically everything, then you're going to seriously start looking at the technology we're involved in. And there's a learning curve. And that's what our organization is there to do. We're helping them. We have an online university these days. You can learn about our technology, you can test our technology, start working with it. And when you want that first 1 million units, you don't have to build your own line, or you don't have to wait for someone to invest $1 billion to build a line. No, we have a line there, and it's using technologies that are found around the planet. So as we've delivered you your first 1 million units, and next year you want 10 million, that's when we'll go, okay, we'll out-license this capability and teach your suppliers to produce those 10 million units on an annual basis. So we have a very clear model to scaling, and from a competitive standpoint, we have a strong head start versus other companies, researchers looking at electrochromics. And yes, these more conventional electronic technologies, they will continue finding markets. But we're there when we're looking into applications where in ultra low power and you want to design it into everything. That's when Ynvisible comes into play.
Yeah, Yanni, that's exactly it. It's, if I could kind of tie those things together in one phrase, the know-how, the expertise that we have in-house to bring solutions to life, the capabilities that we have to turn those solutions into real products, real scaled, in-market, physical, delivered products. That's really about making it easy. And that's what we believe. We really make it easy for our customers. And that's probably one of our biggest competitive advantages. It's our ability to go from idea to finished product. And I couldn't say more about our team and capabilities. I think Yanni, you shared. Did we get another Q&A there, Alicia?
We do. We have one more, and I think this is the last one because we have run out of our 45 minutes, and I think our attendees would like to, leave and maybe do something else. But this is from Antonio again. Will you be going out for financing in the future, or do you have enough cash to support your strategy? Can you tell us the cash position? I can just say from what we've done in the future, or not future, in the past, we did a $4.4 million financing, and we have just accelerated the warrants from the 2018 and 2019 financing. And we roughly have about 9 million Canadian cash on hand currently. So
thank you, Alicia.
that will aid in the strategies Michael has been talking about.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alicia. But, you know, with that cash on hand is excellent. I think we're really looking at the what they say, the urgency of now. And really the urgency of now is delivering those revenues, that customer success, but also setting ourselves up in that position to be ready for strategic investment. And so, Antonio, if you would like to have a conversation with us, please contact Alicia at IR, the letters I as in Iran, R as in radar, IR at Ynvisible, that's YNVISBLE.com. This is a great opportunity. This is a great time to get involved with Ynvisible as either an existing shareholder or especially as a new shareholder. So we would love to talk to you more.
I also have put in the chat my email address, everyone. And if you would like to book a call with me, a 30-minute call to go over Ynvisible further, you can just go on the Calendly link and it can set you up on Zoom and everything right, really with one click.
Thanks.
Super easy.
Thanks so much, Alicia. Thank you so much to all of the people that joined us today. Thank you for the questions. The questions were excellent. Thank you to Yanni for joining me today as well. And Alicia, thank you again for your support and support in organizing this for our team. We're Ynvisible and we're here to stay. Very visible. All right, how do we say that, Alicia? Right? We're invisible, visible.
Oh, well, I kind of pull out that dad joke. I go, we're not invisible anymore.
We're not invisible anymore. I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you, everyone. Have a great afternoon, morning, and day. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Sure.
Bye.